Good afternoon, everyone. I love you. Hi. So, let's read the Bible. Love for enemies. Matthew chapter 5, verse 43. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your brothers, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. So God, essentially, here, is calling us to step out of the normal expectations of the world. So what the world expects us to do is to be nice to the people that are nice to us first. To, be nice to the people and loving to the people that we know and that are in our family, right? And he's calling us to step out of that comfort zone and to start embracing people first, not after we see how they treat us, or even in spite of how they treat us. To be perfect is to love perfectly. And let me read, let's see, because this is, okay, well, so being perfect is being like Christ. Christ loves all of us unconditionally. There's nothing that we can do that Christ would ever, oh, that's it, I don't love you now. It's impossible. Christ would never do that. Christ can't do that. He's incapable of not loving us. He's incapable of not loving us. He is love. He is forgiveness. And what we're called to do is each day to move closer to Christ, to bring ourselves to a new level of divinity, of awakening, of the heart. The heart knows only love. When you're in your heart, the only thing that there is your pure, loving nature. That's what's there. When you talk about being in the heart, when you talk about being in the reality, and when you come to the world and you're in the world, but you're not of the world because you're in the heart. The heart is love, and the heart is truth. The heart is reality. The heart is peace. When you bring that to the world, you'll see the world can't actually hold any opposition to the heart, because the world is just people who are in need of love. That's what the world is. So when you are living in a way where you're striving to be Christ-like, that is you moving towards the heart, being in the heart, and realizing that that's all that there is love. And the more that you follow Christ, and the more that you follow your own heart, the closer you will come to being perfect, which you already are perfect. I love you. You always have been perfect, and you always will be perfect. Perfection is your nature. What this is a journey of coming home to that perfection, and remembering that perfection, and embracing that perfection in all areas of your life, in all aspects of your life, in all situations, and allowing yourself to really start being your own best friend, loving your own heart, remembering why life exists. Because the only reason people would hurt themselves or would feel like they need to cause hurt to someone else is because they've forgotten They've forgotten that life is about love. That's the only thing that makes sense after a while. I guess, you could talk to an older person and ask them, what is life about? And at some point, I think they would all agree, oh, it's about love. It's about love. It's about love. Remembering that it's about love. All the other things that we get caught in are just another part of us that's trying to bring us back to love in its own way. Okay, I love you very, very much. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Namaste.